I think I click twice. Here you can see that. So I just created it, and you can see that date of creation, date of modified, like September 21st, 8:18. This is the time. Now it has created. And coming to the unzip, it is just opposite to it. Okay. And most of the times we will use these two commands, zipping and unzipping. Why? After completion of your project, one report will be generated, or two, more than one report will be generated. We have to send those reports to operations guy or functional guys. Then we will zip it and we will send the zip file to them. And while receiving input, we will receive zip files. I mean, sometimes, not all the times. Sometimes we will receive the zip files. We have to unzip them, and we have to use that. Okay, I wanted to unzip them somewhere. Yeah, somewhere in files. Okay, on desktop I have one folder like files. Just okay. Yeah. Yeah, target folder. This is zip file, and this is target folder. I mean, where you wanted to save it. Click on save and run it. And where is that? Yes. See, here we have the compressed data. I mean, whatever the folder we have compressed, that was, I mean, automation robot unzipped it. Unzipped and saved it. Okay. Next, I would like to move to smart task. Okay. In this task, I'm going to cover one feature called trigger. In generally, what is trigger? I would like to start the topic trigger. It's a small feature provided by Automation Anywhere. In generally, in our normal terms, what is trigger? What is trigger? It's like some action which is going to activate some other task. Okay. In the same thing, we have some concept called trigger in Automation Anywhere. So if some task is happened, one action is happened, I want to run my task. Okay, something is going to be happen, then some action is going to be happen, then I want to run my task. What kind of triggers that we have? What kind of actions we can do? Okay, in Automation Anywhere, you can see triggers like window, file, folder, performance, process, service, email, message. Here, window means if you are going to open one particular window, or if we are going to close one particular window, I want to perform some task. I want to run this task. Let's consider file command. This is a task which I wanted to run when a particular window is going to be open, or one particular window is going to be closed. Okay, this how we are going to give that. Open the window first. Okay, whichever window you wanted to make as trigger, open that one. For now, I'm making my computer window. Okay, I'm just refreshing it. Previously, my computer was not there. Now it is. If I open my computer, I want to run my task. If I close my Windows, my computer window, then I wanted to run this task. Okay, this is Windows based, and here file based. So we will give the file path over here and what kind of actions, when file is created, when deleted, when renamed, modified. So if you specify some file path over here, and if you create that particular file, or if you delete that particular file, or renaming, modification of data, or like deleting records or adding records or something. Okay, when that kind of actions are happen, then I want to run it. So it is file based trigger, and this is folder based. Okay, we have to specify the path over here, and what kind of actions that we can see here. Here the actions are like, if one file is created in this particular folder. Okay, if I specify something like the step, yeah, okay, if one file is get created here, I want to perform this task. One file got deleted from this folder, I want to perform this task. So like that, renamed. One folder is created. Inside this folder, if we create one folder, then this task will be created. So such kind of actions are provided by the automation editor. And the same thing, in the similar way, we have some other things like performance. Okay, performance is nothing but CPU uses. Like, it's very just my requirement is like, whenever you write one program to clear the processes which are running at background. Okay, when CPU reaches 100% or it's more than 50%, in generally our CPU process see here it is saying like 0%, 1%, like that, right? If this CPU performance is very poor, or it is reaching around 50, okay, then I wanted to clear some tasks or clear some applications from my automation, from my task manager. Okay, CPU percentage is above 50 or about 10, about 20. I wanted to run particular task to delete the applications, to stop all the applications. So in such cases, I want to run my program. So we will take the performance and we will choose the percentages, okay, based on your requirement. In the same way, processes. Okay, if process is running, if process is stopping. Okay, one process is starting and one process is stopping, then I want to run my program. And the same thing, service based, we have a lot of services. We have a lot of services. Yeah. Okay, lot of services our operating system is using, and other applications are using a lot of services here. Okay, if you wanted to write some program based on services, so those services are available over here. So now which service you wanted to pick? Okay, here we can see few services which are related to automation anywhere. See, here we have few: automation enterprise client server, scheduler, and WebSocket server and all. Okay, based on services, if you want to do program, like my project requires one particular service, that service has to be started. And here you can see most of them are like started, and it is manual, it is saying, and this is started. So these things are idle, right? These things are not yet started. Okay, for my project, this particular service or some particular service has to be enabled. Has to be started. So if this is not running, then I wanted to perform some task. Like I will write a program to start the service. Okay, my project requires one particular service. The service name is something like, you can say anything like complex event system. So action is start, stops, resumes, parts. Okay, whenever it starts, I want to perform. Whenever it stops, I want to perform something. Whenever it pauses, I want to perform something. Okay, based on services. And final one is email messages. And this is one of the important thing. important thing in terms of real-time projects. Okay, long back I gave you one example like HDFC internet banking. Okay, in HDFC internet banking, if you wanted to add one beneficiary, previously they were taking around 24 to 48 hours to approve it, right? To add beneficiary, it was like that. And nowadays they are asking only 2 hours. That is a maximum cap. Okay, they are asking only 2 hours to add one beneficiary. Okay, in such cases, how they did, they might use this kind of services like whenever I'm going to add one beneficiary, one email will be sent to their database or their server or their mailbox. Okay, one automation aware robot is there which is going to read emails based on the frequency. Here full every is there, right? Every 1 minute I want to check, every 5 minutes I want to check, every 10 minutes I want to check, every 1 hour I want to check. Okay, 2 hours or 5 hours I wanted to check the mailbox. So here this is the frequency. Our bot is going to check that email box all the time whenever new mail comes. Okay, here you can see whenever new mail comes, then our bot, that process, HDFC banking process is going to be started. How they might program? They will open the mailbox. In that mail itself, they might have some attachment, or the mail itself is having the IFSC code, account number, and the name of the candidate. Okay, such details will be there, and my robot will pick that and it will verify those details, whether the account number is IFSC code is valid or not. Okay, if it is valid, that account number is belongs to that IFSC code or not, and the name which was provided by that guy is belongs to that account number or not. Our robot will perform these three tasks and it will approve it. Okay, as soon as the mailbox, I mean robot's mailbox got received a mail, then it will perform the task. I mean, if you wanted to write some program based on images, emails, email triggers, then we will use that. For this one, we have to give the host name and port number, username and password. Okay, I will show you. Maybe I'm going to get one website for me. So if I got that, SMTP settings will be enabled. I will show you how to do that. Okay, and this is about triggers, and I'm going to perform small task like I have one folder. Okay, I have one folder which is having multiple files, and there is one backup folder. I mean, let's consider you are a networking guy, or some networking guy's project. You need to be automated. Okay, in that situation, what is the job of that guy? Every day at 12 o'clock midnight, he has to take the backup. So every day at 12 o'clock we can directly schedule it. That is fine. But the thing is, as soon as one file is created inside one folder, I want to take it as backup. Means every time we have to watch this folder. Okay, every time robot has to watch this folder, and based on the actions which are going to be performed here, that has to be copied over here. Okay, for now, first we will write the program to copy all the files. Okay, to copy all the files to backup folder. Okay, we will write the program for that. How to do that? Okay, in loops, what is my statement? My statement is I have to copy each and every file from this folder to some other folder. So source is there. From source we have to get each and every file. Each and every file means loops. Search for loop. Yes, and it is saying somewhere, yeah. What is this? Each file in a folder. Okay, each file in a folder. So let's use it. Into this we should provide the target. Yeah, from this folder I wanted to copy each and every file. So yeah, okay. Inside this we have one comment hint. We can, if you want to get the file name, we can use file name system variable. Okay, if you want to get the extension of that particular file is extension. These two variables are system variables, automation anywhere variables. If you want to get those file name, we will use file name system variable, and if you want to get the extension, then we will use extension variable. Okay, these two variables are system variables. Okay, now I want to display the file name first, and just for checking purpose, I want to display the file name. Okay, yeah, let's look. Let's run the loop. How many files we have? 8 items. 8 files we have. Let's see. Yeah, just we are getting only file name. Here it is not giving me the extension number. It is not giving me the extension number. It is giving me the file name. Yes. Okay. The extension, if the file name format is like, star dot star, right? Star dot star. This the first star is file name, second star is extension. So I'm going to take that as, I'm giving this dot manually and taking the extension, yes, and save it. Yeah, now we are getting complete file name. See, dot xlsx. Now, yeah, thing is I have to copy each and every file, right? I have to copy each and every file. Well, let's go and check. Let's go and check for copy. Yeah, copy files. Yeah. What I want to copy now? I want to copy the desktop folder. What is that? This one. Okay. Inside this, I want to copy each and every file, right? So each and every file, this is static. I want to make it dynamic. How to make it dynamic? Using file name variable. Now I'm going to insert the file name. Yes. And dot extension. So I'm going to take that extension of it. Extension of the file. Okay, where you wanted to copy? I want to copy the same file with same folder, right? Same file. I want to copy that in backup folder. Okay, when I was explaining about copy files command, if you specify the file name, this file name will be renamed, copied and renamed as whatever you give here. Okay, if you don't want to give anything, it will be considered normally. Like this same file name extension will be copied over here. No need to give the file name. If you want to give the file name like this, okay, absolutely fine, you can give. Otherwise, you can ignore. Both are fine. Okay, I want to delete the message box command. Yes, I'm going to run it. Yeah, everything is fine. Let's go and check the backup folder. Where is the, this is the one. Yeah, here you can see all the 8 items. So it is copying each and every file. What will happen if I run this again? What is that? It is throwing some error. It is throwing some error. Why? The file is already created over there. Okay, it's already created over there. So whenever our robot is trying to create files, whenever the robot is trying to create the files, same files with same name, so it will throw you the error. In copy files, we have one option like override the files and folders. Override the files and folders. Okay, if you use this, what will happen? Obviously, whatever the file it will be, I mean, even if you made some modifications over here in the backup folder, okay, whatever the files we have for now, that will be overwritten. I mean, current file will be deleted and new file will be pasted here. Copy, replace. Replace will happen. Okay, my task is like, okay, no, I don't want to disturb the previous backup. Whatever the new file comes in, okay, whatever the new files come in, I want to copy that particular file only. Okay, just I changed my requirement. It's like whatever the file is not there, I mean, whatever the new file is there in the source file, I want to create xyz.txt. Okay, whatever the new file we have, that file has to be copied and rest of the files can be ignored. I'm just changing my requirement. Okay, now the thing is, first we have to check whether this file is there. Where we have to check whether the file is there in backup folder or not. If anything is there in the backup folder, then no need to copy. Otherwise, I have to copy. Means if that file exists in this folder or not. We are going to check a condition, right? Condition means, let's go for if conditions. In if conditions, we will have file based commands. Okay, in if commands, we have file based commands, that is file exists, file does not exist. Okay, in my statement, in backup folder, if particular file is not exist. Okay, in backup folder, particular file is not exist, then only copy. Otherwise, no need to copy. If it does not exist, then only I want to copy. Which file? It is asking me which file you wanted to check. I want to check this one. Now I'm going to make it dynamic. How to make it dynamic? Just change the variable. Replace the variables. Static values with variable. File name and the extension part is, I'm inserting one more variable, that is extension. Yeah, I got it. If that particular so and so file is not in target file, sorry, yeah, if the particular file is not there in backup folder, then only we have to consider it. So it must be something like backup folder. Yeah, guys, you got me? Are you following me? If you feel any confusion or anything, just let me know. Okay, if file does not exist, then only I wanted to copy that particular file to backup folder. Okay, now in this situation, we have eight files over here, and I wanted to check the source one. Yeah, here we have 9. So newly added is XYZ. Okay, newly added is XYZ. If I'm going to run this now, what will happen? It is running the code. Completed. Let's go and check the backup folder. There is backup. Yeah. It is here. So it didn't touch any one of them. It's just copied only one file. Okay, same thing I want to perform. Okay, whenever I created one file over here, okay, if I'm going to create one Excel file and I'm going to fill the data and I will save this file. Let's tap right number. Okay, something like test book. Okay, test book one. Just click on save. Okay, new file got created here. Okay, as soon as new file get created, I wanted to take the backup. Means we have to go for triggers. Okay, where is my code? My task name is backup task, and here backup set backups and trigger trigger type is, yeah. Tell me one thing. Are we going to make some, I mean, perform some actions on folder or a file? Creating a file in a folder means we are performing some action under folder. So trigger type should be folder and the folder target. Target is this one. Select it. What is the action? As soon as any file get created, I want to run this task. Okay, actions selected, save. Okay, now in backup folder we have 9 items and here we have 10 items. As soon as I create new file, okay, this test book file is, I'm going to change this text. Okay, the textbook file is not here. Okay, our code, what our code is going to do, whatever the file is not there in the backup folder, that will be copied from here, right? So if I create new file over here, that file has to be, I mean, that new file along with this file has to be copied to backup folder. Again, I'm going to create one more Excel file, okay, with some data, okay, and I'm going to save it. Save in what number folder, and this is text book 2. Okay, I'm just going to save it. See, I didn't run any task. It is automatically trigger one task and it is performing that. It is performing that action. So let me close it. And this is VAT number. We have 2 extra files, and let's go and check in backup folder. See here, you can see those 2. It's just like trigger. Okay, the trigger is going to work on folder. I mean, this trigger type is folder. Then I want to execute it. Okay, I worked for one project. That project is the client, I mean, the company people, operations guys are going to send email to robot mailbox. Okay, robots mailbox. As soon as they receive the mail, I mean, each and every mail, and one mail is nothing but one request. That particular mail will have one Excel file with the form data, maybe vendors or creators or users, whatever, customers, whatever. Okay, the robot has to open the mail and it has to save the attachment and pick the input details from the Excel file and perform the data, perform the actions. Okay, sometimes we may receive 20 requests in an hour. Okay, 20 requests in 2 hours, maybe max to max 50 requests per day. Okay, in such cases, either you can choose some other, yeah, Trigger type is this, and frequency is based on your requirement. Okay, in an hour I'm going to get 6. Okay, my robot can finish them within 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Then you can just give them 1 hour frequency. Each and every 1 hour, this robot is going to check that mailbox. If any new mails are there, then the robot is going to be triggered. Okay, so this is about triggers.
So here where we are giving that, like, on the mail, whatever you have a file, Excel file, that where if I wanted to store in a specific path, then how can you set up that?
That will comes under that will come under email automation.
Okay, this is the one,
Yeah.
right? Email automation.
No, 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 it's not that one. Email automation is different. That is just
Oh,
it is
okay,
just
okay.
trigger. Yeah, email
Oh,
automation is different. Yes, this is the one.
okay. That's we not yet completed, right? Yeah.
Yes, not yet completed.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And yeah. Next, I would like to take you through one command that is log to file. Okay, log to file. I'm going to take one task now. Okay, I'm going to take one task now. I will program the task. While programming the task, I will cover this log to file, and also I will explain all the things about log to file. Okay, here we can create some kind of CSV kind of stuff, and also log files as well. Okay, my requirement is somewhere I should have one file with employee data or something. Yeah. Yeah. Task. I have one CSV file. Okay, one CSV file with some data like each employee's salary details for each month. Okay, I have a table. I mean, this Excel file is having employee name, employee code, salary, month. Okay, I have 5 employees in my company. Just ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people are there. Okay, these are the salary details. Okay, this is for January, and this is for Feb, and this is for March. Okay, I have one CSV file with employees data with their salary details for each and every month. Like this, we have around 25 records till May we have, right? My task is like I have to create one CSV file. Okay, I have to create one CSV file with the employee's name. Okay, that particular CSV file should have, take new, this file has to have employees one records and employee one record for the next month, and this is for the next month, and this is for the next month. Finally, this is, yeah, this file has to be, file name has to be like desktop employee data. Insert employee data. Here I want to create that as just I'm for now I'm taking CSV file ABC1. The employee name is the file name. Okay, just save it. Okay, this is our task. Okay, this is our task. Like each and every time, each and every employee. If we have 50 employees, I have to create 50 files over here. Each file should have his entire salary details. That is my task. Okay, you got the requirement now? I'm going to remove this. Okay, we have CSV file. So first of all, each and every row has to be readed. Each and every row has to be readed and should be added to respective file. Okay, employee name is file name. Okay, let's start our task. I need one employee name, right? So employee name as file name, employee name as file name. I have to create one variable called file name. Oh, caps lock is on. File name. Yeah, one variable is here. Okay,
Is there any option like, if I have my file having like, duplicate records, does it identify the unique records and give the alert kind of?
no, we have to perform manually.
Okay. To check the duplicate data, do we have any option?
No,
Okay. So it will copy all the files, whatever there in the sheet, right?
yes, it will copy all the stuff. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I have input file as CSV, so I'm taking this read CSV file, and now I'm going to take, where is my input file? Here it is. Yeah, having headers, of course it has. Yes. Okay, and just save it, and we got this. Okay, in CSV loop, file data column will give you the file. Sorry, file column is going to give you the each and every row data, right? Okay, what I told you, my file name is nothing but employee name. Okay, file name is nothing but employee name, which is in first column. So I'm going to store first column value to file name. So variable operations, I'm going to assign that file data column, first column, file data column, first value into file name. I'm going to store this like log to file command. Okay, what is my requirement? My requirement is like, do we have any predefined files over here? Except employee data, we have nothing. But the thing is, in our task, we have to create one CSV file, and repeatedly we have to add each and every row to that CSV file, right? So we have to find a command which is going to create a file. If it is not there, if it is already there, then it has to use it. The thing is log to file. Okay, whenever you are going for log to file command, just it will ask you the file name and text, whatever the text you wanted to add. Okay, just browse it. Okay, in this browse you can see what kind of files it can accept. Only two types. Okay, log to file command going to take either CSV file or text file as an input. Okay, and here I'm going to take like this, but here my file name is not that. My file name is in the file name variable. Yeah. Okay, so my file name is nothing but first column value. Either instead of using file name, you can use this variable directly here. That is also fine. But just for understanding purpose, I just did this. I created one new variable. Okay, log file. Okay, tell me one thing. Whenever you open one CSV file in Notepad, this is how it's going to be like, right? Okay, if you are writing some data, raw data into one file, you have to give that particular file format. You have to give the text in this format itself, right? So first column value, comma, second column value, comma, third column value, comma, fourth. Okay, in the same manner, I'm going to write text into this Excel file. What is that? First, I have to get the first value. I have to get the first value, comma. I'm going to copy paste. I'm not going to insert. And two, and the third one, and finally fourth. Finally fourth and comma should. Okay. Okay, here you can see append into log file. If you remove this, what will happen? It is not going to append the data. It will overwrite the data. So I want to append the file, append the data. So that's why I'm going to take this and save it. And let's check whether it's going to work perfectly or is there any mistakes in our requirement or something. Let's go and check. Okay, it is about trial version having only 20 loops. Okay, in our file we have 25 records. Okay, after 20 records it is not going to consider, means there is no May data in our output. Okay, that is fine. Let's check till April we will get or not. That's fine. And
No, what is the error?
that is trial version. Because of trial version, it is not going to run the loops more than 20 times, not more than 20 times. It will run till 20 iterations.
Okay, because of automation trial version.
Trial version, yes. Trial version has that limitation. Okay, previously we didn't see any file in this folder. Okay, now it has created, our robo has created 5 different files with the employee names. If I open this file, you will get the data. So there is no May data till we have, until April we have the data. Okay, just like this. And if you want to verify, you can take some other value, ABC1, employee name is common and salary is same, month is going to be different. Okay, and here most of the times log2 file we will use if we want to write some data into a file, any text file or CSV file, then we will use log2 command, log2 file command. Okay, most of the times the log2 command is going to be used to maintain the logs. I told you if we have one process, in that process we need to log into SAP, and I wanted to download a some table name like table 1. Okay, that is my task. Let's consider that is a simple task which you are going to automate. For that one, the logs. I told you when I was giving my first demo session, I was telling like maintenance of each and every transaction will be done by the robot. It's not going to be done by the robot. The robot developer, RPA developer, is going to maintain such kind of logs. Means we have to program how to log. The thing is, our program is going to start like, okay, here the program is started at so and so time, or the process is started. And the second one, SAP login. After completion of login, you will write one more message into log file like SAP login is successful. Okay, now starting downloading of table 1, and after completion of that, we will say table 1 is downloaded and saved in so and so folder, and finally process is stopped. So that is the log of one particular process. Whenever you run a file, whenever you run a process, whenever you run a task, it is going to create one log file. Yesterday someone has asked me how to give the dynamic file using dates and all. Okay, for those log files, we will use dynamic file names like log underscore hours, minute, date, day, month, year. So we are going to create one log file in that way. So, and one more thing, I got one situation like I'm not going to use Excel loops. Okay, I'm not going to, I'm not able to open the Excel file operations. I want to find the last row, okay, in my Excel file. One process is done, one request is done, and I want to move to Excel files last column. We have two things, like either we can select A1 and use control down and again down button, or I will write this column number every time in one text file, and every time when my process is going to be run, my process will pick the value from the log file. I think you didn't get it. Let
No,
me
sorry, come
repeat
again.
this. Yeah, I'll repeat that. Wait. Okay, I have one process which is having where I have to add each and every new request at the bottom of the file. Okay, this transaction is finished. Okay, so this transaction is finished. The entire thing, the bot is closed, and after some time or tomorrow, you are going to run the same process, but you wanted to move your cursor to this particular position, means A28. Yesterday it executed till A27. Now you have to move to A28. Okay, what
So
I
here,
will do.
whatever the transaction which is happening, those transaction data is copying on the same file in a different pointers, right? Columns or
Okay,
row.
here, no. Here just forgot about the Excel data filling and all. Okay, I'm talking about the log2 file. How we are going to use this? Okay, I have one process which is going to execute some transactions. Each and every transaction will be executed and pasted some data in one Excel file. Okay, so today my bot has executed till A27. I got 27 records today, so I executed very well. My bot is executed very well, and from tomorrow onwards, it has to pick from A28. Right? From tomorrow onwards, it has to fill the data from the A28 cell. Okay, again, day after tomorrow, it has to fill data from A29. Okay, and
No,
here,
no.
tell
Where
me.
is the input data for this? This is output file, right?
Yes.
Output file, based on the input data, the data is copying from, let's say, today till row 29. The next hour or next day when they schedule, it copy from 30th.
Yeah. Just my intention is, okay, I wanted to store the row number in one file, in one log file.
Okay.
Okay, that is my intention. Here I'm not explaining you how you will get the input file, input data in this row. I'm not explaining how you will get this data. I'm just telling, today my bot executed till 29, and tomorrow it has to pick A20, A30. In this case, we will use this log to file command. We will take one text file like counter. Okay, in this counter I will store 30 at the end of the execution. Okay, if I run my task, it is going to append the data at the bottom of my transaction log. Okay, it's a, you can say, tracker file. Okay, from tomorrow it has to pick from A30. Now what will happen in such cases? In normal cases, what will happen? You have to read the Excel file and you have to repeat the loop so that you will find what is the last row. Okay, let's consider I have something like what is this? When we are using contain headers, it will ignore the first row and it will consider the rest. But here, what is happening? We have two lines of headers. Two lines of headers. In this case, what will happen? You cannot get the exact column names in Excel file. Okay, so you cannot consider or you cannot count the exact row where I'm going to, my robo is going to store. I mean, where robo has to start. So in this situation, I'm going to store some counter value or row number in a counter file, counter text file. Okay, from tomorrow, when my robo is going to be start, it will read this counter file and it will fetch the data like 31st, and it will start actions. It will start actions from A31st. And after completion of this process, again some transactions are going to be done. Yeah, this is for today. And after completion of execution again it will, I mean, my robo will store 34 in this counter file. So what you are doing, every time you are overriding the counter file with the new data. So tomorrow my robo will come and it will pick the value from this file, and at the end of the process it will update the file with updated value tomorrow. So just what we are doing, we are just giving some starting point, we are storing some starting point in file and we are picking that up. Okay, if you want to write some data to any text file or CSV file, we will use log to file. Using log to file, we will store this counter value. Okay, and here this is about, I mean, this is about counter value and CSV file. If you want to write some data to CSV file, we will use log to file in this way. If it is just normal simple counter value or something, just you can give the counter, that's it. I mean, here we have to insert the value. Here we need to insert the value counter. You got it? Okay. If it is just storing a value or writing some text into CSV file or text file, this is where we are going to do. Okay. If I am going to write a log file, at so and so time my process is started, at so and so time my SAP login is started, at so and so time login is finished, at so and so time, I mean, you wanted to add some timestamp to your data. I wanted to add some timestamp. How to add timestamp? Here we have one option called add timestamp. Okay, if you click here, what will happen? It will append the timestamp over here at the initial point. Okay, for now we have employee data and all like this, right? After adding this counter variable, let me delete this rows. Anyway, it is going to execute 20 lines, no problem. If I'm going to, if I'm going to execute this and we'll check the output, how the timestamp is going to be. Okay, 20 times, that is fine. And open this file and you can see this is how Automation Anywhere is going to add timestamp. So at this particular time it wrote this data, at this particular time it wrote this data, at this particular time it wrote this data. So it will add the timestamp at the beginning of the value, at the beginning of the text, here. This will be used for maintaining log.
At the beginning of text, then it's overwriting the employee number, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. This log file, we will use these timestamps in when we are going to maintain log file, logs. Okay, at this particular point I logged in, at this particular point my process is started, at this particular point we did this. Okay, here I just wanted to show you how the timestamp is going to add. Okay, in this kind of data saving we are not going to add timestamp. This is my choice. I want to add timestamp, just I checked it. I don't want to add it, I can uncheck it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will use this timestamp for log messages, logs, process log.
Here it's a bit confused. Like you said, counter. There are many things.
Okay. Just I meant to say how to how we are going to use log to file command. Okay, if you wanted to write some data to a text file or CSV file, we will use log to file. Okay, and here my task is like I have some process where I have to open my tracker, Excel tracker. I cannot access directly using these Excel sessions table, Excel sessions, loop each row and all that. Prasad, you got my condition? My condition is I have an Excel file where I cannot use that loops, read Excel file and loops. But
Loops.
I have to loop LOP.
Okay. Okay.
LOP. Yeah, loops. Okay, in such cases, I have to fetch the starting point of that Excel tracker. A1, my Excel tracker is empty, and the first row is going to be start from the A3. I have shown some example like we have two rows of headers. Okay, my starting point is A3. So here row number is 3. So what I will do at the initial stage, at the first, I will store 3 in my counter file and I'll keep it. Whenever my bot is going to be started, my bot will read the value from the text file.
Okay.
Sorry, will read from the text file. After getting that value, I'll come to know this is the starting point of my file. Okay, in day one, it has executed 10 transactions, let's consider. So in that tracker file, it will fill the 10 rows. So my endpoint of tracker is A13. Am I correct? So
Yes.
starting point is 3. After 10, it will be 13. So I will store I will store 14 as a starting point for tomorrow in the same counter file. So here the intention is I'm not explaining you the how to maintain the tracker and all. Here the situation is I am not able to track the initial point of the tracker, Excel tracker. That's why I will use some other text file which is going to store the starting point of the file. So every day it will pick the value from the text file and it will write the value to the text file. Here my intention is write to the text file.
Okay. So here, like, for the same file, if you read from right next day, as you said,
Yes.
like, A13. So next day, again, it reads from the input file and whatever the data will comes in and it'll pick it. It will write from A14 to, let's say, A20, right?
Yes.
Next day,
Yes.
the next day, it will pick it from the same input file and whatever the data which is comes, that will again write it from the 821 to the rest of them, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. If you wanted to maintain such kind of data in a separate file, then we will use this log to file. Okay. If you want to write some data, then we will go for log to file command. That was my intention to explain.
Okay, okay. In the same way, like, if the input file have the multiple log files, then I wanted to pick all the data and write it on the one single file. Does it possible?
Can you give me examples? Sorry, I couldn't
No,
follow
I
you.
have like you are just given example using one log file, right? Input as in one file. So I'm getting on a daily basis multiple input files, let's say text files. I need to read
Yes,
the
yes,
data
yes.
from those files and write it in one either one CSV or Excel sheet.
Yes, absolutely you can do it. The thing is, we can do it for one In that way only we can do multiple.
Okay.
So it is like how you are going to do manually, in the same way you can do it.
Yeah, we can do it, but commands and defining the variables that are different, right?
Um, just give me a second. Yeah. Um, tell me that one. Here I explain only one value I wanted to store in one file. Okay. Your extension question is like multiple files and multiple values. That's your question.
Yeah, multiple values into one output file.
Yeah. The thing is either you can use CSV or you can use the same text file to read one by one. I mean, sorry, to add one by one. Like my text file is like this. Okay, here 30 or 39 or 23 or something like 45, you are going to write in this way. Okay, we can write in this way, and tomorrow what will happen, I mean after completion of execution and before stopping my process, I will update with the new values like this. We can read this file, and we have where is that? Data file. Let me open it. I'll show you how to read that data file now. It is read from CSV file, right? CSV, where is that? Read from CSV or text. Okay. If I
Read
use,
from text file and write it into CSV.
yeah, we can do it, right?
Yeah.
This is text file. So I'm going to give the text file and give the path of your text file. Something like counter, wherever you save the data. I forgot where I saved. Okay. Just it is like counter variable. Now specify the separator. My separator is new line, right? My text file is having new line, new line, new line, new line. So it will repeat the loop for each and every row now. Sorry, session name. Session name is like text.
Okay. In
Text
that
file.
case, as I told you, right? If multiple file, then we need to create the at a time it's reading only one file, right?
Yes, absolutely one.
Yeah. Once
So it
done,
has to
then
be loop. It has to be loop. Loop
okay.
within loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, after reading the final one more question. Let's
Yes.
say
Yes.
output file, let's say employee number or salary, right? So my business, they wanted to be on the output file based on the employee number. Let's say the output file have like 20 30 20 20 2019 something like in order employee numbers. So I want to sort it as like based on the alphabetical order or descending or ascending order. Can we do that? Is there any option?
So you are saying like, not this one. This one.
Yeah, my employee numbers are not ordered. Okay, so I
Okay.
wanted to maintain that number as an order, either alphabetical order, ascending order, or descending order.
Okay. Let me tell you one thing. Here, if it is a number, I mean, instead of having ABC1, if it is a number like, even if it is a text, it will be saved in an order, right?
Or not file
Here.
in on the data I'm talking about, not a file.
Okay.
This file, let's say like ABC
Employee
one
is,
two three. Yeah, here when you see right ABC 1 2 3 4 5, again ABC 1, right? Let's say assuming
yeah.
like it the order is not in sequence,
Uh-huh.
but I wanted to maintain the employee number as in sequence, either ascending order or descending order.
Okay. For that one, we do not have anything like ascending or making it order. By default, automation anywhere is not having any comments like that, but we can perform the same using guys, if you want to leave anyone, just you can leave, or if you want to follow this question and answer session, you can follow this. That is fine. Okay. Here, if you wanted to sort it out, if you wanted to sort this data, then how you will do manually? In the same way, you have to do it. Like you
Okay.
have to select the entire data and just go and sort it out.
Okay.
Or we can use keyboard shortcuts. There is no other direct options.
Okay. Okay. I'm assuming like is there any option in the automation anywhere? So
No,
we
no,
need
no.
to do manually, right? Like
Yes,
was
yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Osho.
Yeah, you are
We'll
welcome.
go by session by session or like at least couple of interview questions on a daily basis. That can help you, right?
What do you mean? You want me to take one session for interview sessions? I mean, interview questions?
Uh, yeah, at least like not all together at one side. Once finish half of the sessions, right? Based on that, we'll split it into two sessions, like how the interview questions are going on, how to if I
Okay, the thing is, when I'm explaining this class, I'm telling you this can be the interview question, this can be the interview question. I'm thinking like, yeah, you are noting down or you're just making a star note for that particular point. I'm thinking in that way.
oh, okay, that helps, right? At the file in the end of the session, we'll if you have a time, we'll discuss that overall
Yeah,
process.
yeah. If someone is going to note down or if someone is going to maintain the log for the interview questions, then that would be great. Well, because while if I'm going to take a session for interview questions, I may miss something. But when I'm following the commands, then I will come to know, okay, from this command, what kind of question you will get. At that time, I will come to know. I can easily remember that. But maintaining at once, I can do it, but I have very less number of questions if I do in that way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's only the hardest here, unless everything is good. Okay,
yeah,
if someone can make a note all the questions, then that would be good.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Most probably in my sessions, I will say that I will tell the same to guys. Just maintain the some note or something about entry questions. Anyway, at the end, we will give one small document which is having around 30 to 35 questions, which are like technical, which are related to commands. That is,
okay,
the number is very less, but when I'm saying class, when I'm explaining the class, explaining the commands, I will tell you what kind of command, I mean how they are going to ask you the question. This is what I can do. This is
yeah,
what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Prasad.
yeah. Thanks, Sasha. Thanks for your
Yeah.
time.
Okay, have a nice day, guys. Bye.
Nice.